Gold just won. We got to be talking about Bitcoin and gold today because gold is just relentlessly going to all-time highs while Bitcoin is getting beaten and battered. And usually people say, well, if gold rallies, then Bitcoin should not be that far behind it. We're going to talk about this today. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into it. All right, guys, I'm going to start off with this tweet I made. So I've been long on gold and silver for a while now, and I've got some options that are significantly in the profit. And I posted this tweet. I said, having a really hard time selling my gold and silver calls. Massive profit and feels like a frothy top, but if the Fed ... checks notes, lowers the eyeglass, cuts interest rates, pivots to quantitative easing, turns money printer on, all while the Trump talks about potential stimulus checks, it is hard to see how the U.S. dollar will not get devalued versus assets, okay? I do think that the U.S. dollar, all paper currency, is getting devalued. It is going to zero, and that's really the biggest argument why Bitcoin is so valuable, why precious metals are so valuable, right? Now, I'm long and strong, silver, gold, Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin every single day. It does feel like the top is in a little bit for gold and precious metals, but like I said, it's really hard to let go of it. And we got to talk about why has gold won, right? Because everyone says that gold is not as good as Bitcoin because it is not divisible, this, that, and the other. It's not an actual tangible asset. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm a gold bull, and I am also a Bitcoin bull. I like to diversify my assets, especially when it comes to storing value, okay? Things actually have a store value function. But as of right now, guys, look at gold, okay? It is flying. And what if I told you that it's outperformed Bitcoin? Well, it's outperformed altcoins and Bitcoin in the past year, okay? Which is absolutely insane to think about. Pretty crazy to think about that. Now, the real question we need to be asking ourselves is, does Bitcoin catch up? Does Bitcoin catch up to this massive move to the upside? Guys, right now, I've seen pictures of people standing and waiting in lines to buy gold right now, which is like really spooky, to be honest. It makes my hair on the back of my neck stand up. It gives me vibes of something's got to give soon, which is kind of scary, but that may be that we see a massive rotation into Bitcoin, and that's what we got to talk about here, because I don't think gold has won. I think that gold is performing well because it's a hedge against potentially devaluing the U.S. currency and other fiat currency. But right now, when you look at Bitcoin, we are testing a very, very important price level. We are testing the 200-day moving average, the SMA, okay? And this is very important because I was telling you guys, I'm short altcoins, but I'm also longing Bitcoin right now. The second we tapped this level, I was like, I'm going long because I think that even if the overarching market here for Bitcoin specifically is bearish, like this turns into a bearish trend, like we see a bearish reversal, even if that were to play out, we need to see a little bit of a bounce, in my opinion, off of this level here, the 200-day moving average. So I longed off of this, and I'm looking for a test of 116,000, this purple line. Now, when that happens, because I do think there's a high likelihood that we get a little bit of a bounce here, when that happens, the real question is, do we reject off of it, or do we treat it as support? If we reject off of it, then I would say, hey guys, get ready. The market is probably getting ready to dump. And that probably includes the traditional market as well, guys. The traditional market has been selling off today. The only thing that's really been rallying outside of crypto and the traditional market is gold. Gold is the only thing that's been rallying, and silver a little bit, some precious metals. But let's bring it back to Bitcoin here. I think that if we do get rejected off of 116,000, we should be keeping our eyes open for 94,000 and potentially a prolonged sideways bearish price action. Maybe even the 4-year cycle is correct and we're not going into a super cycle, and then maybe this was the top. Now, if we break through 116K and bounce off of it, I think that we're going straight to $135,000 to $150,000 Bitcoin. And I think that the stock market continues throughout Q4, and I think probably altcoins see a nice move. Now, I want to show you guys what I've been doing. I've been over on Twitter. I said, it is time to scalp. Shorting different alts and longing Bitcoin. I'm longing off of this level here. Over on BTCC, I'm in a little bit of a long position. Nothing too significant. I'm about $1,000 in the profit. When I showed this, it was pretty new when I opened the trade. I was doing a little bit of a scalp, and now I'm going to keep it open. I got a good entry, and I'm going to hold it open probably till around 116,000, and I'm going to be taking profit. Now, if you guys do want to trade on BTCC or any other awesome exchanges that we have the affiliate links for in the description box below, pinned comment section, description box below, BTC is offering a 10% bonus on all deposits and up to 500x leverage if you want to get really crazy with it. I do think that right now is the time to be kind of looking for those high leverage scalps. I think that like just blindly going long off of this move is not a good idea. The only reason why I'm long is because we touched the 200-day moving average, and I think that we're going to be getting a bounce here to potentially either set up a bull trap around 116,000, making a lower high, or it's going to set us up for a continuation of the upside, and this was just one big liquidity grab, flush out, setting us up for the next leg in this bull market for Bitcoin, okay? So that's why I'm saying that right now I would err some caution about just like going blind long or blind short. I think it's very important that we reach our important pivot points around 116,000. But I want to talk about this as well. Like, Bitcoin's at 109K right now, bouncing off of the 200-day moving average, which was, I believe, 107 or 106. 107,480. What was my entry on that? It was really good. 107,800. I nearly caught the bottom on that, which was pretty awesome. But all in all here, guys, gold is rallying, and that's not something that you should just write off. That's not something you should just be like, yeah, that's gold, though, because the argument that everyone always makes is that gold and Bitcoin are like cousins, and that gold is a store of value, and gold is a fight against inflation. Bitcoin and gold do have similarities, but I think that they are also much different things. And I do think that there is a chance that we do see a massive rotation from gold into Bitcoin and altcoins. I think it's just a little bit, we got to be a little bit patient here. Something else I want to note, the fear and greed index for the crypto market is at 28. Very fearful. Very fearful. Not panic, but very fearful. And altcoin season is at 26 out of 100. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. People are scared. And that's why people are looking for a flight to safety. They're like, well, what do I put my money in? If I'm worried about the stock market being overbought, and I'm worried about crypto dumping, the 4-year cycle is coming in, I'm going to buy gold. That's kind of what I see is playing out here. Now, to bring it all back here, that's why I'm still in my calls. This is a pretty large position that I have right now on gold and silver and these positions. They're leaps, so even if we dip, I think that we could maybe see like a 30% drawdown potentially, something like that on gold. Silver maybe a little bit more, but they're both at all-time highs, guys. And when you see these moves that are parabolic moves, they usually can stay, like everyone will look at it, like, it's crazy. It's at all-time highs day after day after day. Usually they can keep doing that. Usually it can stay being crazy for much longer than you think rationally possible. That's usually how parabolic run-ups go. And it does look like that. I mean, gold is in a parabolic run-up. And I do want to bring this back to Bitcoin as well and say that this is bullish for Bitcoin. This is very bullish for assets. This is bullish for everything but the dollar, really. For fiat currency. This is not good for inflation. The dollar is going to get devalued, especially if we see the interest rates get cut, the pivot to quantitative easing, the money printer going back on. Stimulus checks would be like a nail in the coffin, honestly, for inflation, but also would make the stock market go absolutely insane. So, guys, I just want to come to you with a little bit more of an analytical video today, talking about Bitcoin and gold. And I see a lot of people talking about gold, and I just want to show you that I've been trading it as well. I've been a gold bull. I'm a precious metal bull, but I think that regardless, guys, like when it comes to Bitcoin, I'm going to be buying Bitcoin every single day. I believe in the 4-year cycle. When it comes to gold, I'm looking to take profit at some point. I've already taken a little bit of profit. I've sold some of my calls, but Yeah, very interesting times, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Are you worried about the overarching market? Do you think that Bitcoin, the top is in 126K? Or do you think that this is the last big wick, the last big flush out before we see new all-time highs? I want to know what you guys think. But that's all I got. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Let me know if you want to see some more options content or stock trading content, because there's a lot going on in the stock market, especially right now. It's very frothy, very toppy, I may say. But yeah, let me know. But that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Check out all those awesome affiliate links down below. Sign up to BTCC, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.